welcome back. This is the new situation. We are here to talk about Big Brother season 23, episode 20, which is Sarah Beth being our new HOH, whatever. She's the first female HOH of this season, though, and that's, I mean, it's the second week into jury, so that's a big deal.
Yeah, I feel like this has been a long run of male HOHs, maybe unprecedented, and as well as the pre-jury being mostly men except for Whitney.
I know, that's crazy. And then the jury only has a girl so far.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, it's just so like different.
Yeah, I'm assuming that this week is going to be a guy also, but
unless something goes awry, I think so too. Everyone in the cookout is not happy except like Kai, probably for the most part. He's like chilling, don't you think?
Yeah, Kyland promised kind of in the DR, like, I'm gonna look out for the cookout, and anytime Sarah Beth kind of gives any sort of indication that she's targeting a cookout member, he's gonna try to do his best to move the target. And also we got a little recap of Kyland and Derek F's moment.
We got to relive it. No, I have no problem with it. I just like,
it was funny.
It's just, okay, sure. Next. Yeah. I guess it's because I literally don't see anything crazy about it I'm like, okay, moving on. You know what I mean? Like, maybe
it's only because Derek F has like kind of a crush on him.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's cute.
His dreams semi came true. Like, I don't know about them. I feel like I was low on the totem pole in that group anyways, which is like kind of true. But it's like, I'm surprised she's like really on the money, but also like she has no idea that like she's kind of screwed regardless. There's too many people that are on the same page with getting her out very soon for her to not get out very soon. I mean, she's gonna have to pull some kind of crazy Hail Mary, and she doesn't know she needs to, so I don't think it's gonna happen.
Kyland tries to throw out Claire and Derek X, and she's kind of like, no, not really. Like,
no, she's okay with like them or whatever, but like she's like really thinking about like how it would change based on the power, based on someone winning whatever, if she's gonna backdoor or not. So it's like her nominations are like her maybe second or third option of who she'd actually want to go, and she just put them up in the hopes and the idea that most likely at least one person will be taken down so somebody else can go up, because her ideal target is Derek X.
Yeah,
which I'm like, okay.
Her strategy was like put up nominees that will force people to use the power. So it kind of, I mean, it's smart because
like I feel like she can't win this, but like there's too many people that she's not aligned with, that she doesn't understand. You know what I mean? For her to know that like maybe any other season she'd do better, but like it's just unfortunately for her, this is not her year, no matter how smart she is. So it's kind of it kind of sucks to see, because you're like, damn, you're doing it right, you're doing it right, but not really. But you can't do it any better, but you're kind of just screwed anyways.
Yeah, it's kind of the case for all the non-cookout members. I feel like they're doing the best that they can without the knowledge of the cookout being confirmed, because later we'll talk about Claire and Derek X basically saying that the cookout is probably a thing, without saying like the name. But Azah, her reaction to Brittini.
You know what? They were real friends.
Is that all?
That's all I have to say.
Not much. She has a conversation with Tiffany.
Yeah.
And she's basically saying, you know, kind of I told you so, of like, we needed to get Sarah Beth out because now she's HOH and a cookout member's probably gonna go.
That's actually, because it's like Tiffany got lucky with that one, because if she didn't win HOH, then that would not be true, like, at all. Do you know what I mean? And
Right.
I don't know, like, she wasn't going to win other things. The fact that she, you know what I mean? She probably wasn't going to win the power. She probably wasn't going to win veto. She probably wasn't going to, you know, so it's like, she got lucky that she can now use that in her favor, but it's also like, what is good does it do? She's not gone. She's here and she's HOH. So
Yeah.
Somehow Tiffany got lucky because she feels she trusts Tiffany. So I'm like, okay, well, get it, Tiff. Like, she shouldn't, because you were her target.
Xavier and Derek F have a conversation in the bathroom, and of course Derek F is, oh, I don't want to be a pawn, and Xavier he feels safe, but he's really not, because Sarah Beth's like, I know I was on the bottom of the King's Alliance, and
he
she's
doesn't,
like,
yeah, he doesn't know that. He doesn't realize that that's how she feels.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting that he feels so comfortable with Sarah Beth when we really haven't seen them like talk that much.
Like, I think he just is like, yeah, we were on a team. There is no team anymore, for one, and for two, like, you don't talk to her. So what do you mean?
I mean, I think because I know Sarah Beth had a conversation with Alyssa like on the hammock, and they kind of dished out a lot of things, and they were saying, or she was Sarah Beth was like, you know, I think me being next to Christian really kind of like affected the King's relationships, because it kind of forced, you know, Alyssa to go against Sarah Beth and vice versa. So Xavier is good with Alyssa, but it's just he's not with Sarah Beth.
He thinks he is, though.
Yeah. We see the chopping block roulette is the new power for the week. And
Sarah Beth wants it used. She doesn't want 2 powers available next week.
Which, again, is smart to try to flesh out the power this week so you don't have to worry about it.
And it's like, someone was going to use it. Someone was going to use it.
This week?
I don't think she needed to push that. I think someone was going to use it regardless. I mean, obviously you can't bank on it, but I would have been really shocked if no one tried it. Like, there's too many people in the house to not have someone want to try it.
I think that's why she did like the kind of dummy nominees of like, I'm just going to put up the same nominees because I know someone's going to use it anyway, which it ended up working in her favor.
Yeah, that's true.
But Tiffany talks with Derek F and we rehashed the Brittini incident, and it got a lot more heated than I thought it would, to be honest, because it happened 2 weeks ago at this point. But
I think Tiff just is also like, that was her moment of finally like taking out some anger on like the fact that she knows she might not know, but she has a good idea that he calls her a bitch, and they've had some like really big tension, but not acted on it based on their alliance. So this was finally a conversation where she could like kind of
let loose
those emotions. And then he just wasn't giving her the answer that she felt that she deserved or needed. Do you know what I mean? And so she was like, oh, no. You're supposed to be
they kind of made the edit seem like Tiffany was like complaining about something that she shouldn't have. But like, to be honest, with her vocalizing like her reasonings and like saying like, well, what if you were trying to talk with Claire and me and Hannah rolled up the same way? I'm like, yeah, no, like they were clearly in the wrong.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's why I was kind of like, I was hesitant to say that like, you know, she was mad because she did deserve an apology or whatever. Because I mean, I guess that's like subjective, but no, he was wrong. But like, I just loved how he tried to like start off with like, we're cut from the same cloth. And she's like, we ain't cut from the same cloth.
No, she immediately was like, don't even go there. She was like,
I don't sleep all day, sir. Like, she was like, oh, hell no.
She's like, I'm up making sure that you're safe all day.
Well, and then you cry.
And of course, I think from this and his response in the DR, I think he knows that he's kind of coming off a certain way, because he was changing. It's not like this girl's talking about me.
Okay, go off, whatever. And then he was like, yeah, I mean, you know, I just like, I'm not gonna let this ruin us.
Well, no, in person, he was like, oh, like he was so not ready for that. It was so funny to see him like,
you're like, okay, anyways, see you later. We're good. And like, she was like, no, I thought that was fucked up. And he was like, oh, well, and she was like, so you're not going to apologize? He was like, oh no, I didn't know we were going to do this.
mm-hmm.
I was going to stay in the bathroom. I mean, we went into the, you know, the food closet, or what do they call it? The storage room. That's when shit gets serious. Real conversations go down in the storage room. Real celebrations. Yeah, he was caught off.
We moved to nominations, which again is in the middle of the episode, which I think will follow suit for next week just because of the high rollers comp.
Scotty, I hate it. I don't know why I hate it, but
it feels rushed.
And it just feels like, oh, dun, 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 it's over. No, we still have a whole half an episode. Okay, just kidding. I'm back. Sorry. Like, it was weird. I had to keep the clock. I was like, it's only 8:30. Did it start at 7:30? It's never started at 7:30. I'm like, oh yeah, it's this dumb shit.
I think it feels rushed until the halfway point, and then it feels extra long. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it just throws the whole thing off.
Yeah, the timing and like the like pacing is like completely weird. Someone made a good point. They were like, vote for the people who you don't want to win because it makes them a target and the powers won't really matter that much. And I was like,
that's pretty smart.
Because like if that's why Tiffany, I'm kind of glad she's been getting $50 every week. Because one, I feel like Tiffany would just fucking go crazy with the fucking power. But also it's like making her seem like she's not, like right now they're literally picking off Derek X and they're like, well, now Derek F is like the only one who will have an opportunity to play because he's been getting $100 each week.
That's true. Okay, so then we move on to the high roller comp, and literally Derek X and Alyssa are the only ones that played, but Hannah lied about playing for it because they literally only showed the winners, which was weird. And so she's basically trying to act like she has like $25 when in actuality she has $100, which is pretty smart.
150.
Oh shoot, even more. Because Alyssa wins, she does the roulette, and to Alyssa's very, very, very sad, what do you say? I don't know, her only ally, like you say.
Alyssa spins the roulette wheel and it lands on Xavier, and she immediately is like about to cry. And
I think she was sad, but she more felt bad. Like she felt like, oh, he's gonna hate me. Like, this is my only ally. This is my friend. This is the last thing I wanted.
It's directly Alyssa's fault because she's not HOH, but she still like technically put him up on the block.
Exactly. Yeah, we have to look out if you don't want to see this part.
This veto comp, if you remember from season 16, and maybe it was on 17 also, the domino competition where you basically have to get all the dominoes stacked up and knocked over before other people. I'm assuming it might have been like a bracket or maybe just a smaller version of the competition.
Yeah, I feel like it's like that.
It was safari themed. So it was probably really cool, but obviously it has rewards and punishments.
We're pretty sure that's what it was based on sleuthing.
Right.
The live.
And it's so Xavier ended up winning the Power of Veto, which, you know.
I'm gonna take myself off, and he wasn't lying.
And so Sarah Beth found it to be, you know, a really great.
She's like, this is just what I wanted.
Well, because now she can backdoor someone.
You can never make it to the end. Like, it's not gonna happen. Even if she plays so good, it's not gonna happen.
And especially taking out a non-cookout member this week, she's really not gonna make it.
Okay. That makes sense.
Let me run through the winners. We had Will,
Danielle,
we had Lisa, we had June, we had Drew, Maggie, Boogie, Dick, what the fuck? Adam, Dan, Jordan. And also as I'm running through this, I'm like, there was a person of color next to them. Like Natalie, Danielle.
I was thinking this freaking thing just now.
And then we have Hayden. This is so crazy. Wait a minute. Hayden, Rachel.
Heard about Hayden? Who's the last?
He went on. Was he the one that went on Survivor, then had to get pulled? I remember reading something about that.
That's literally how irrelevant some winners are. You remember other people more.
We have Rachel, which, by the way, I listened to the Secret Alliance podcast with Jason and Rachel, and like it's a different, like,
very different vibe, I'm sure.
But I really enjoy it because Rachel provides a lot more recent kind of Big Brother knowledge, because they were only on season 3, and then Danielle was on season 7.
So that's kind of a nice, like.
And they work well together. Like, I thought it was going to be kind of awkward, but like I feel like
Rachel, she's crazy, but she's a Libra. Libras get along with everyone.
And Jason's like a really good like host.
Mm-hmm.
I would not have thought like, oh yeah, Jason will have like this really cool podcast in like 20 years.
Like, I would have never thought that either. So it's crazy. It's cool though.
And then we have Ian. Andy, I'm so blown away. Like, I know like it's kind of obvious, but like when you really list them out, it's crazy.
For me, like so forgettable.
Andy, Derek, Steve. I almost forgot his name.
When's the last time you heard anything about Steve?
You know what's funny is that this cash prize now is probably actually $500,000, like after taxes.
Finally. It's finally actually gonna be that much. It's cool
Literally,
though. They get paid to be on the show. They get random endorsements and interviews that will pay them after. So like still from it, they make money, more money than even if when they just went alone.
I feel like you definitely made more money back in the day though, because 1, inflation, and 2, like nowadays it's kind of oversaturated with like The Circle, Love Island, and all that stuff.
That's true, but also like there's also like people
more deals,
careers out of social media, which you didn't before. And if you're on national television, you're good. You're getting sponsors and you can get paid. Start a YouTube channel, have a bunch of subscribers right away.
Okay, so then we have Nicole.
Nope.
And then we had Josh.
You're right. That's 3. There's been 3.
Josh, Casey, and then Cody. And we're not counting Celebrity Big Brother because Tamar Braxton, like, she won.
Watch that season. I heard it was phenomenal.
She won, but it's also Celebrity Big Brother. Like,
totally.
It's not to discredit her because, like.
No, but like, it's a totally different game and they already canceled it.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not even something that's relevant anymore. It doesn't exist.
Also, Ross should have won season 1. Like, I get it, Marissa, like.
Oh, Ross definitely should have won season 1. I was pissed.
I liked Marissa. It was just like she didn't deserve it.
Not the winner. She wasn't the winner though.
Ross literally knew exactly what to do. He did it, and then they were like, "You were kind of
like
too manipulative."
Yeah, they're like.
And I actually really liked what was the Miss Columbia.
I liked her too.
I really liked her.
I
think it was smart for her to go on that show too, to like reach a new audience, because I remember going into it, I was like, oh, why is she on the show? And then I was like, oh, I really like her.
Yeah, and then I was like, I'm a fan. Like, that's all it takes.
She made it to final 3, right?
Yeah, or final 4. She was near the very end.
I honestly, like, I kind of wanted her to win over Marissa, to be honest. If she made it to the end with Marissa, I would have voted her. I would have voted for Ross if he was there, but
hell yeah, I would have voted for. He did everything. You know, I don't know what it is. That was like when Derek won.
Mm-hmm.
Next to him. That's the same thing. But
biggest upset since Danielle.
But the person not winning, like the person that did everything, and they're like, oh, I thought I was just doing them a favor. If I get them to final 2, they get 50,000. I thought I was. Oh, I didn't win, but they didn't do shit. We were just friends, so I looked out for her. Yeah.
What does second place get this season?
750, 50, 7. I don't know. I
Like
don't do
100,000.
They get more than they did before, that's for sure.
So Xavier ended up winning. Tiffany, Hannah, and DX, aka the targets, did not get picked, which was very unfortunate. Azah, Alyssa, and Derek F got picked. And now it looks like
Alyssa always gets picked.
that's true.
She gets to play a lot.
And she does pretty well.
I know.
I mean, literally the first week she was second to Derek X. Think about it, Janelle on season 6 did not win a lot of competitions.
She just got really fucking lucky.
It was season 7 when she really was like
busted
winning every other HOH and a veto.
Which she had to. She had a target on her back. She didn't do that. She was gonna be screwed.
Same thing with Rachel. Yeah. So now the target is definitely Derek X. Sarah Beth's already been saying it, and just now they've been having conversations. Derek X is trying to play the Christian card, saying, you know, I'm a bigger target than you. You should keep me around, which is kind of ironic because he didn't listen to Christian when he was giving that.
I know. It is ironic.
And now he's in a position where he might go home 2 weeks after Christian.
Funny how that works.
So really at this point, I feel like they are considering sending home Derek X, but it's not fully in one direction, because I know Hannah and Tiffany have said that they're okay with sending Derek X home, but
I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced.
Is he going after Sarah Beth, or is he going after someone from the cookout? And vice versa, because Claire has been naming people in the cookout like these past 3 weeks.
And that's the other spoilers, Scotty.
What other spoiler?
A spoiler about maybe people might have kind of figured out about the cookout.
Right. So Claire and Derek X, we had a little bit of it on the show, but recently they've been talking, and they specifically, there was an incident where they were like, where does Xavier lie? And then Tiffany was like, oh, I'm not really sure. And then she just kind of abruptly left. And this is the one thing I'm like,
Tiffany,
it's so obvious. And it's the one thing I'm always like, because she does it a lot on live feeds. She'll just
on target like that.
She'll just casually leave a conversation in the middle of an important question. I'm like, Tiffany, you just have to kind of play it off.
She's like, can't do it, gotta go.
She's like, I don't know where Xavier lies. I'm gonna go eat some cereal.
I need to lie.
And then immediately after she leaves, Claire's like, yeah, no, they're definitely working together. And they name literally every single cookout member.
That's crazy.
They may have edited them saying all the names, but I feel like it's pretty obvious because they're always talking with each other individually.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to tell because from the outside, I feel like the brigade or the detonators, those types of alliances are obvious, but maybe in the house, because everyone talks to everyone, it's not that obvious.
But that's what I'm saying. It clearly wasn't obvious, even though it was obvious.
They never meet up in a group. I will say that. The cookout has never, I don't think, been in the same room, which is smart.
Shouldn't be. I feel like they have, but no, maybe not.
It's always 3 or 4 max. Till tomorrow, we'll find out who Sarah Beth nominates.
We were going to do a spoiler video. Did we do a spoiler video? I feel like
we'll do a spoiler video.
I'm down.
Much.
Real. Like, comment, share, subscribe.